Yo, what's good? You know who this is. It's your boy DB, David Brown. The internet, the internet, the internet. So I'm on YouTube, flipping through videos, and I come across an acquaintance video. And you know what they say about people's story? There's three sides to a story. There's your side, their side, then there's the truth. Well, I hate when people twist and bend and do everything in the book besides own up to they shit at the end of the day. Because everything else you're saying is irrelevant if you're not speaking the truth. And you keep saying things as facts. No, nigga, real facts. If we want to really break this story down, prop this phone up real quick. If we really gonna break this story down, shit, it's crazy, and you put everybody in a fucked up situation. You wasn't pulling your weight as is. Mind you, it was 5 people in this house, 2 leaseholders and 3 extras. You wasn't pulling your weight, and the motherfucking ship fell apart because you ain't say shit to nobody. You just grabbed your shit like the little bitch that you are, and you rolled. But in that, you think you fucked everybody else. So, I mean, in a way, you ain't fucked nobody over. You just made people move sooner than they planned. Now, regardless of the reason that the people that were at your house, it was a choice you made to allow them to be there. So you can't keep sitting up here saying, my house, my house, my house, because, bitch, you wasn't even taking care of your house. I got documentation to prove that I was doing more than you in your own house. So don't sit up there and do that. That's not good. Then you say you spend over $200 on 2 gym memberships. I don't know what for, because it's kind of pointless. But at the end of the day, you had a lot to say about me. And this wasn't even in the last video. But Paybacks is a bitch. You want to know why? Because I guarantee you, I'm doing better than you. That's why I say karma's a bitch. And when you do dirt, dirt gets done back to you tenfold. You still look like the same. Going to the gym every day, claiming they working, walking around with Beats headphones, can't pay your fucking bills, walking around with 3 cell phone lines for no fucking reason, thinking you all higher than mighty. But for what? At the end of the day, you fronting for all these people that you call your friends. But when you need your friends, where were they? Not there. When it was time for you to move your shit, where were your friends at? Because I distinctly remember using my vehicle to move your ass and your roommate's ass into your place. So don't get it twisted, because the same way you got dirt on people, people got dirt on you. Never, never, never try to be shady, especially not to me. Because at the end of the day, you think you was slick, but you wasn't that slick, pimp, because I was already 2 steps ahead of you. You was 3 steps behind me. You just made me move a whole lot quicker. And at the end of the day, oh, he was doing this and he was doing that. But at the end of the day, my motherfucking whatever the fuck I was responsible for was taken care of. And I went up, I had a fucking job every day. Every day I was at work. So all that shit you was hawking, all that rah-rah, you can kill it, because we are a whole year, 2 years from that situation. Where are you at and where am I at? You're still in the same DMV working the same job. Or maybe no job, who knows? But you lie so much, nobody knows what to tell you, because you're a trust fund baby. Trust fund, right? If you're a trust fund baby, your bills would have been paid on time. But that's real shit. I'm in New York. I'm living my life. I'm better off than I've ever been. and I'm only going up. As for you, you're still on the same level that you were on when I left. Sorry, but you got to step your pussy up because you ain't on my level. How about that? You thought you were. You thought you was getting over. You thought you were being sneaky. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry you thought you were doing something because you actually weren't doing anything. And just FYI, I'm sitting in my hotel room until my place is ready. My hotel room until my place is ready, and then I'll be moving into my own space where I have my own keys, I have my own bathroom, all the things that you had but you let fall by the wayside because you like materialistic things, obviously. Yeah, your Chanel ring that you proposed to your ex-fiance with, that you kept trying to tell everybody was 6 figures. We're not going to talk about that ring because that ring was nobody's 5,000 anything. If you got $5,000 to pay for a ring, why the fuck can't your bills be paid? I mean, that's common sense. But no, not Mr. J. Bayline. Not him. You can't tell him shit. Why? Because he know it all. He know how to do it all, and he's stacked. But back to that situation, and it's crazy to see you still talking about the situation. It was almost 2 years ago. Now, like, when are you going to grow up and move on with your life? Obviously, it's still bothering you because you still have to talk about it. So at the end of the day, like, you ain't making nobody sweat. You mad because at the end of the day, I'm doing better. You may have thought you was fucking me over, but you wasn't. You was actually speeding me up because I never get comfortable, especially around fake shady bitches. And there was a lot of them in that house. But it's miraculous, like, all these years later, that's still on the forefront of your brain. Not finding a business to own. You want to continue to work for someone. Which is all fine and good. Do what you do. But you still dwelling on shit from 2 years ago. Like, grow the fuck up. You're where you're at. I'm where I'm at. The other parties from that house are where they're at. At the end of the day, everybody's doing much better off. But the way you did it, the way that you exited stage left immediately, sneakily, so sneaky. You thought you was slick and you thought you was fucking everybody over, but at the end of the day, people already had their minds made up and they already had their moves set. You just made them move them a little quicker. But I'm glad to know that I'm still on your mind. I'm glad to know that my name tastes good in your mouth because it is quite obvious that you're still thinking about this 2 years past when it happened. 2, not 1 but 2. We talking about the end of 2014. This is 2016 now. Like, when you gonna learn? When you gonna grow up? When you gonna get get a business plan? How about that? Do something constructive. That's what's wrong with these homosexuals these days. They always want drama. But then they want to hide behind a camera. That's my whole thing. Like, you had so much to say. And I was in your house. As you said so many times, I was in your house, laying on a pallet, on the floor. But you ain't have no balls to say none of this shit to my face. And I just find it real miraculous. Now we a whole 2 years away from when all this shit happened, and you still rapping about shit. Like, dude, get you some business. Take you a hobby because the gym ain't working for you. Get you another hobby. Dude, get in some arts and crafts or something. Because at the end of it all, you petty. You real petty. And you need to find some business. You need to get a life. You need to find something better to do with your time because you expressing yourself via the Facebook, it's not good because you talk about old shit that really don't matter. It doesn't matter to nobody on Facebook, and it sure as hell don't matter now and it sure as hell didn't matter then. So, I mean, feel free. You can talk about me as much as you want, because at the end of the day, you can't light a match to me. I have moved states. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, so know about it. I've moved states. What are you still doing? Still in the same place. I've changed jobs. I'm up here chefing it the fuck up, Mr. I Can't Cook. You ate it. That's all I'm going to say. But at the end of the day, never let nobody act like they better than you or point down their nose as they try to, these little Kim haters.